Hello, everyone. Hello, family. Thank you guys so much. Welcome back again to a winning Wednesday. Thank you guys so much. From the bottom of our hearts here in One Global Movement, we say thank you for taking the time to be here. Thanks to all the volunteers around the world, which we all are. Those of us who have the opportunity to be here because the internet is friendly to us, so we should pray for those that don't have a friendly internet and who
Yeah.
really they are dying to be here with us, but they are unable to, but they are working behind the scene. So thank you to everyone. And what we're doing here is a continuous thing. Even when we are long gone, it's been there, it's here today, it's still going to be there tomorrow. And so this is the best thing to do. And when you do things like this, a lot of challenges come up. And I face a lot of challenges, and I know our sister does, and I know a lot of you guys also do. But let us know that good things in life come with challenges. Be them whatever kind of challenges. When you are on the right path in life, you will know when you are having some challenges, and when you are determined to go through them, learn from them, and continue to grow, then you must have one. So thank you guys so much. A lot is going on, but little by little we can only do what we can do at the moment, and then leave the rest into the hands of Almighty God, and they will continue to do it. But thank you guys so much for supporting One Global Movement. Supporting One Global Movement, you're supporting a noble cause for children, women, and young people worldwide. And thank you so much, my beautiful sister, for always helping me, even when I don't even know. I just stumble on things that have been done, and I thank God, because otherwise I will go crazy someday from trying to do everything. Yeah. So thank you. And how is everybody doing? How is everything going? How are the children doing? How is everyone doing? We would like to know how you guys are doing, because it's a good thing to find out how we are doing. We are a family, we are a global family. And besides, when you're dealing with humans, you must be sure you find out, are they okay? What can I do if they're not okay to help? Are the children doing well? And if not, what can I do? And even if they are okay, but what can I still do to to make them to go to climb higher and better? What can I do? Is what we are about here in One Global Movement. And so I always look forward to Wednesday. It's like the beginning of the week for One Global Movement is Wednesday.
Yes.
I always look forward to that, to meet the family, to see the beautiful faces in the chat. And please, this is your reminder. If you come here, the number one thing is to, if you've not subscribed, do it, and turn on the notification bell, press the big thumbs up, like, and share these videos if you like what we're doing here, which we all should like. Sometimes we might not be doing the right thing, but at least there is something in there that it's right, because we are present here and we are determined that through the mistakes, we're going to go through this together and still do what we've been called to do. And so, as usual, it's a way of life. There's no other way than to really pay our allegiance and gratitude to the one that created us and brought us here together, and also thank our CEO always, because if anything, he has done the best by bringing a global resource together, which is humans, because that is the very first resource of any given society or any given life. Otherwise, we'll not be here together talking and laughing. How are you? Saying hello. Everyone is happy. That's a good thing. And so, however you want to do it, we're not imposing on anybody. Just do it your own way, according to your culture. Okay. Let's bow down our heads and dedicate women, children, and young people, and all of us here, into the hands of the Creator. Heavenly Father, source of all strength and hope, in a world shaken by storms of uncertainty, we come before you with hearts bowed and hands lifted. We cry out for your divine guidance as we rise again and again, rooted not in fear, but in purpose. Lord, we thank you for the calling you have placed upon one global movement to be a voice for the voiceless, to uplift the weary, to stand in the gap for women, children, and young people who hunger for freedom, education, peace, all inclusion, and dignity. We ask, oh Lord, that you breathe resilience into every soul touched by this mission. When the foundations of nations tremble, let your purpose be the rock beneath our feet. When despair whispers defeat, let hope rise like the morning sun. When resources fail or fall short, O Lord, let miracles overflow, starting with our minds. When we feel alone, remind us that you are Emmanuel, God with us. Strengthen the single mother who labors with tears to feed her children. Uplift the child who walks barefoot with dreams too heavy for their age because they didn't choose to do that. But also bless those that choose to walk barefoot, not because they don't have, but because that is also a way to bond with nature. Empower the young leader who dares to rise despite every closed door, despite every criticism, despite a lack of basic human resources. Not because you didn't bless us with those things, but because for some reason greed overtakes everything. Empower the young leader, Lord, to rise a millionfold. Let one global movement be the hand that lifts, the light that leads, the voice that comforts, and the heart that heals. May we not only rise, but rise with divine strategy. May we not only build, but build with purpose that echoes through generations yet to be born. And when the world turns cold, may our compassion set fires of hope that never burn out. Lord, in the face of adversity, teach us to trust in your timing because you said, I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you, plans to give you hope, plans to give you a great future, not plans to hurt you. In the face of loss, remind us of your love, O Lord. In the face of silence, help us listen for your still, small voice guiding us forward. We join with one voice here in one global movement, one soul, one love, one global movement, and declare with power, the kind of power that comes only from you, that we are not broken. We are being rebuilt. We are not abandoned. We are being anointed. We are not defeated. We are destined. May the mantle of resilience cover every adult here, every parent, every volunteer, every caregiver, every leader of these children, every teacher, all the parents of all the communities and villages, everyone that just thinks about one global movement, let resilience cover them. And every child who joins this global family, Lord, bless them as the ambassadors, the junior and the senior ambassadors. May your purpose be our compass, your love, our fuel, and your spirit, our strength. Thank you so much, Lord, for answered prayers. And I'm going to pass this message from some of the One Global Movement ambassadors right now in vacation in Cameroon. And they went to ride in the heart of the village where I was born to visit their grandparents and families and uncles, and they are doing amazing work there. They are you will use the local broom because it's healing to sweep with, and so they are learning, and they are happy with it. Really making the local broom. I used to do it and sell it, so I
Ah,
really love that where I can get some of the broom here because it's healing. And then they are also what else are they doing? They are also learning to grind cassava the local way, because we cannot get rid of those things, because those things are in bonding with nature, with God.
yes,
So they are
yes.
learning that the machines are there, but they are also doing that concurrently with the other one, and they are so excited, like they miss
Right.
something. And so they
Yes.
said, "Thank you guys so much." That their internet, it's a challenge. That is why they are unable to come on, and sometimes they are trying to record short videos, but it's not working. But they will keep trying. Someday,
Yep. Yep.
internet will be very friendly to everyone. So thank you guys
Ex-
so much, sister. I will let you take the stage.
Thank you, sister. So, amen to your prayer. And then, of course, we're going to go right into why we are here, why One Global Movement even exists. So, the vision and mission statement of One Global Movement, which we shorten to OGM, One Global Movement will support any organization, group, or individual that aligns with its own global vision and mission, which is as follows. So, the mission of One Global Movement is to empower young people, children, and women worldwide with a focus on young women, providing them with the tools and sustainable solutions that will help them eradicate hunger, illiteracy, and poverty to build generational wealth while living a life of leadership and purpose. We believe that every child deserves access to nutritious food, quality education, and opportunities to thrive. Through global collaborative efforts, innovative programs, where am I? Lost my spot, sorry, and community engagement programs, we strive to break the cycle of hunger, illiteracy, poverty, and build a future where every child can build on their hopes and dreams while reaching their full potential. Together, through divine intervention, love, and clean, safe, and valuable technology, we can create such a world where no child goes to bed hungry, no child is denied an education, and no child is limited to poverty or to any condition that is not of their own making. It is possible. Our gratitude and tribute always goes to our CEO for bringing this world family together for the purpose of providing solutions to all sectors of the global economy, beginning with our children. We thank him and his well chosen building teams, and we love you all and wish you eventual success. And that is the vision and mission of our One Global Movement.
Thank you.
So, yes, thank you, sister. So, today, another huge topic, right? It
Mhm.
says, rising with resilience, the power of purpose during uncertainty. It's always good to add that keyword uncertainty because that is true, right? We don't always have the certainty that we use to fuel us, but what do we do when that's not there, right? So
Right.
during times of uncertainty, our imagination is a powerful driver, but we must choose to use it for positive purposes and not let fear shut us down because imagination can go both ways, right? So
Mhm.
imagine a young girl in a war torn country, clutching a book in one hand and hope in the other. She doesn't know what tomorrow brings, but she knows who she wants to become. That is purpose. That is resilience. As we know, One Global Movement's mission is about positivity, to empower the voiceless, especially children and young women. So, as usual, I divided up into four sections. So, how do we rise when the ground beneath us is shaking? So, section one is about rising, choosing to stand up. Rising is an intentional act, it's not passive. Often it begins in low places, loss, fear, chaos, or pain. And then we live like the dream, the poem of Maya Angelou, who said, "And still I rise."
Mhm.
Rising is an intentional decision. It's a decision to move forward despite the circumstances. It is the decision made by our own iconic Dr. Yvonne Money, you, and
Thank
one she keeps making each day as she encourages each and every person that she serves through one global movement and her own land. To rise is to reclaim your agency, your personal power. It means believing that you can shape your own destiny and then take the steps towards achieving your goals. And in section 2, we talk about resilience. It's the strength to stay the course. Resilience isn't perfection, it's endurance. It is not just bouncing back, it is growing forward. From trauma or uncertainty can either break us or build us, depending on the support systems and our mindsets. One global movement will support the system, will provide the supporting system, but the mindset is up to the individual, right?
you.
One global movement and its institutions aim to ensure that every child, young person, and woman have access to the support of community as scaffolding to help them rise and live lives of their own choosing. Resilience is built through safe spaces, affirming voices, and education. Resilience is resistance with direction. And in section 3, we talk about the power, tapping into internal collective strength. Power is not just political, it's personal. The power we help children and young women discover is the power of voice, of choice, and visibility. And though we acknowledge that systemic barriers exist, we must also remind them that the greatest revolutions start with a single empowered mind. And so we think again of Malala and
Yes.
Amanda Gorman and Nelson Mandela and Dr. Mundih, right?
Thank
When one global movement gives tools and platforms, we unlock that power. We unlock that power. There are so many personal powers waiting to be awakened in the communities that we serve. And again, it begins small in our own communities, in our own homes and backyards, right? We can't wait for it to come from out there. And then the section 4 is purpose. You mentioned this. It's the anchor in the storm. When chaos hits, purpose gives meaning to the pain. It answers the question, why am I still standing? Right? Why me? How come? You must have asked that question. Dr. Mundih has shared her why and reason that one global movement exists. She shares that over and over. Purpose turns surviving into serving. So purpose is not always grand. It can be small, daily, but faithful acts. And you mentioned this quote from Jeremiah. We are reminded that every human being on the face of the earth is born with a purpose and that there is a plan and a hope for the future. One global movement intends to support that any way we can. So I encourage young women and everyone to define their purpose, no matter how modest it seems. And section 5 is the uncertainty. Uncertainty is fertile ground for vision. Uncertainty is uncomfortable but powerful. It creates a space for innovation, new ways of thinking, and stronger faith. Examples are how we worked after the pandemic. Everybody became so good at social platforms and these platforms, Zoom and StreamYard, everybody became expert. Or there are girls learning coding in refugee camps. There's a saying that where there's a will, there's a way. So
There you
don't shy away from it. Lean in with intention into uncertainty. And there's an acronym, that quick acronym that I have, it just says uncertain. The U is for unlock new vision. The N is for nurture your inner strength. The C is for choosing courage. The E is for elevate others. The R is for rely on support. We all need that. No man is an island, as it says. And the T is trust the process. The A is act with intention. The I is invest in growth, as we're doing here. And the N is for never giving up.
there you
So
go.
I leave you with this call to action. In times of chaos, purpose becomes a compass. One global movement doesn't just respond to needs, it is raising up leaders globally. So I invite us all to support the mission, share the message, sponsor a purpose driven life. And I will close with this quote and a short story. Purpose is the light,
Mhm.
resilience is the fuel, and together they help us rise. And this is a story of Alina. She was only 12 when her school shut down due to conflict in her village. And with her mother ill and her father missing, Alina became the caretaker of her two younger siblings. And each morning, she would rise before the sun to fetch water and prepare food.
Mm,
One day, a volunteer from a visiting nonprofit organization support group like ours, One Global Movement, placed a single notebook and pencil in her hand. Alina wept, not
mm,
because she was sad, but because she remembered. She remembered her dream of becoming a teacher. That notebook became her lifeline.
mm.
Every night, by candlelight, she taught her siblings using the lessons she could recall. With time, that act of resilience grew into purpose. Today, Alina teaches 25 children under a tree.
Mm.
She said, when everything was uncertain, my purpose gave me peace. She didn't just survive, she rose with resilience. And she is why one global movement and all like minded missions matter. Thank you, sister.
Wow, that is so beautiful. I love that example, and
Yes,
thank God for Alina, and
yes,
thanks and congratulations to her for what she is doing in the world. Because when you
absolutely.
have one life, the other life that depend on that, you've already done a great work. It,
Absolutely.
you will not have to sit and say, "Oh, I can only do one." No, you have done a lot without you even knowing. You know,
Yep,
like
yep,
sister was saying the other time that it was something that had to do with sowing a seed, gardening, and water is part of that gardening. And you're
it
doing one
is.
of the most important things in the world without you even realizing it, because
Thank you. Yeah,
it's just part and parcel of you. It's just natural to just do that, and
yep,
that is what we're trying to do here. Just do
yep,
good until it just become part and parcel of you. And so,
yep.
rising resilience, the power of purpose during uncertainty. You posed the question that sometimes in life the ground beneath our feet is shaken,
Shaking.
and
Yep.
we don't know what to do. We start questioning, we start asking,
Hmm.
why me, why now?
Yes,
And but why not you? Who do you want that to happen to? Why not you? Ask yourself that question instead of saying
hmm.
why me, but why not me?
Why not
As it
me?
happened to a lot, like Alina, it happened to a lot of young people out there.
It
It
does.
happened
It
to me too
does.
when I was young,
Yes.
and it is your resilience and your purpose that is the fuel that will take you across. When you know that you have that purpose, and you know that you've been called to do something, and you are determined under come rain, come sunshine, under the greatest storms of life. When you have that kind of determination, there is something magical that happens without you even knowing. There is a
Yes.
breakthrough that comes to you that you don't know. It happened to me, and
I know.
and
I
I
know.
get begin to believe so young, and I
Yes.
begin to read the Bible. I've read the Bible more than even how many times? More than 100 times. But I keep reading
Yes.
because every time you read, there is something to be discovered. I read it as reading any other book, not because I am a minister or a pastor. No,
I
I think
know.
it's the
I know.
very first book that I was taught how to read, because
Yeah.
it embodies everything in life.
It
Read
does.
the Bible as a normal book. Let's set aside all the religious politics,
Yes.
everything. Read it. You'll be
Yeah.
so happy. Read it.
Yeah.
I love the book of Proverbs, but the entire Bible teaches. You will
It
keep
does.
discovering things every
Yes.
day until you even die without discovering everything that is there. If you're
So
talking about the books that we've written, we wrote those books depending on biblical principles, divine intervention. You talk about
yes.
the Little Red Book. That is a whole Bible. So
Hmm.
those are very great books, and but you can do your own too, or you start
Yes.
reading. Come together, tell your children, let's read this. This is a great book to read. You start reading, reading. That book will open doors to so many other books
Yes.
you to start
Yes.
reading. So, rising with resilience and purpose. When the world trembles, purpose gives us our footing, like you said.
It does. Yes.
When the world
Yes.
crumbles, purpose gives us our footing. And I so love the way that you partition those the topic so that for better understanding, you know, For everyone, no, regardless of who you are, you will understand exactly what it is. And this is, she does it according to nature, according to what is happening, according to what is existing, according to
Yes.
humanity. So, in a world clouded by hunger, inability to read and write, poverty, war, economic instability, climate change, and personal grief,
Mm-hmm.
bad health, rising resilience is no longer an option. No, it's
No,
not.
it's not.
It
It's not.
is a necessity.
Mm-hmm.
This theme empowers us to embrace mental wellness. You talk about the mind. Mental wellness, it starts with here. Without
Mm-hmm.
sound mental wellness, you cannot get anywhere. And
It's true.
whatever you're doing, it started with a still small voice within you. And now you take it and expanded it and sowed it as a seed and start working on it and nurturing it. And now it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And that is the way everything starts in life. So, this topic empowers us to embrace our mental wellness, purpose, and practical hope to move forward together. And she talked
Amen.
about that nobody's an island upon themselves. No,
No,
that's
not
why
really.
we are here. Have you ever taken
Mm-hmm.
time to say, why do I want to place a phone call? Why do I want to send a note out to somebody? Why do I
Yeah.
want to say thank you? Why do I
Yeah.
want to take food to somebody? Because we were created to exist, to coexist with one another in purpose and resilience and in good purpose. So when everything around us is uncertain, a clear purpose can act as a lighthouse.
Yes.
That house that you go there and fill your soul and your mind with that light. For
Yeah.
women, children, and youth, especially, knowing why they must keep going can be the difference between surviving and thriving. That can make a great difference. So, purpose
Yes.
gives direction when plans fall apart. And plans fall
Mm-hmm.
apart, it's for a good reason. That reminds me of this book by Chinua Achebe. Plans fall
Yes.
apart. The center doesn't seem to
Cannot.
hold. Yes.
Yes.
The center doesn't seem to hold. That means the center can still hold when you put your purpose in action because
Exactly.
you are not broken totally. Why? You have your breath. You're breathing. You have that breath in your lungs, that air in your lungs. That means you can still mend things and patch things up through resilience and you keep moving ahead. Purpose makes
Mm-hmm.
pain meaningful. Remember that
Yes.
saying, that common saying that without pain, there'll be no gain.
Yep.
Purpose
Yep.
makes pain meaningful. It turns wounds into wisdom.
Yep.
Remember that our Christ had those wounds, that pain, even though
Mm-hmm.
he was one of the purest, but he went through that. So how more of you and I? We don't need, we of course we can cry as humans, but let's come back to that place to say, I'm alive. I'm going to figure out something. Even if I can't figure it out now, I'm going to do whatever I can do. Not long, the right thing will come along and I will do. And that's how you do it. Remember, like you're trying to look for a job as a child or a student or even an adult. You're trying to look for a job, the kind of job that you went to school to study or you studied it as a trade. You didn't get it. Are you going to sit at home? No. There's so many choices. We've been given a lot of choices. You go
Yes.
and do something because their job, they are menial jobs as we call it, but they are not menial because they are providing us with an income. You start from
Yes.
there and then gradually you move to where you want to be. We all can do that. So purpose reconnect us to others in shared humanity, just like what we are doing here.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly what we are doing here in shared humanity. Because look, hey, technology is so great. Now I can just speak to Sister Yvonne in Canada. I speak to Shirley in India. I speak to John Barilla in New York. I speak to everyone. We all are doing that here. And let us appreciate this. When you appreciate the power of nature working in your life, great things begin to come. And so mental health is not a luxury. It is a backbone, the backbone of every movement forward. Mental
Yes.
health, very important. When you are not right up here, nothing else can go right. And that
It's
is
true.
why we must take good care of ourselves. What are you eating? What do you put in your mouth? And it's not just what you put in your mouth. What are you eating with your ears? The ears listen to things. What are you
Yes.
listening? Do you have filters? Do you have filters for your words? Do you have filters for the words that you utter to your children?
Yeah.
What are you eating? What you're eating is also eating you. A lot of us,
Yes.
we blame our circumstances and our situation. And of course, sometimes it feels like that because I was at that point too, that I blame a lot of things on my father. But as a child, it's understandable. But as an adult, you have a way out. We've been given
Yes.
a million choices. So mental health is not a luxury, it is the backbone of every movement, every human being. In times of hardship, stress, maybe anxiety, maybe depression often rise. For vulnerable groups, those that we are working, we are serving, children, young people, and women, especially children and women facing displacement. Think about that. You are in your home, your ancestral home and land. All of a sudden, you are being displaced because of one thing or the other. Where are you going? You're just going. You don't know where you're going. We see that a lot. Are we all opening our eyes and our hearts to see what is going on in the world? What is our contribution? Not to fight the good fight that says, I am going to help to see how I can provide shelter, maybe how to roof a home, or maybe to provide clothing, maybe food. Where are they going? And women are those that suffer a lot because they are running with those children to nowhere. They're just going. They're just going. And so this is very, very important, especially for this vulnerable group. They are being
Yeah.
displaced. They are in poverty. There's violence. They are voiceless. The mental health must be be so much in the center so that because when you're displaced already up here, it's not right. It's not right. So,
Correct.
what are
Yes.
some of the strategies? You gave a lot of studies to nurture mental health because it goes with this topic so well. If you don't have a good mental health, you will not have the purpose. You can't
You
even work on
can.
your
You
purpose
can't.
at all.
You can't.
So,
You can't.
normalize
Yeah.
asking for help. Help. I
Yes.
ask for help all the time. And I'm the
Yes.
kind that is like an iron gun. If I want something, I will do whatever it takes. And I,
Yes.
and but you do it in a very humble, respectful way. Don't just do it.
Absolutely.
And you
Absolutely.
will get it. You will get it because God sees your heart that you are doing it for a good purpose. And even
True.
though you have all these difficulties, challenges, but you are overcoming them. Resilience, you're overcoming them, and you keep asking, and you're gonna get it. So daily grounding habits. What are the daily grounding habits? Gratitude. Your gratitude
Yes.
journal. What are the three things that you're grateful for? One is always, always there. We don't even have to think. We are grateful for life. I'm alive today.
Yeah.
So why can't I
Yeah.
look for the other two to be grateful for?
Yeah.
Gratitude journaling, breathing techniques, sending a note to a friend that maybe you think that it's lonely or they're having some challenges, or maybe they are unable, they've been evicted from their home because they can't pay
Yeah.
their mortgage or something. A lot of things,
Yeah.
you can just
Yeah.
one small help like this will uplift them in a bigger way. So
Yes.
spiritual anchoring, faith, prayer, mindfulness for inner stability is very important. Very, very important when when you have that resilience and you want to focus on what you've been created to do, which is your purpose, then these things will help. And so, hope, the quiet flame, is a quiet flame that burns brightest in darkness. And so, when one global movement says, uh, we're giving hope to children, young people, and 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 others, and the entire world. Because when you give hope to a child, you've given hope to everybody, the parents, the caregivers that are around those children. And so it's a
Yeah.
very important thing. So hope is not denial of reality. Yes, the challenges are there, the storms are there. It is the refusal to let despair have the final word. Say, no, you didn't create me, and it's not going to happen. You can have it for the moment, but the next moment is going to fall off. And it
Yes.
is going to
Yes.
fall off. It will. Because when it is
Yes.
there in your mind, in a subconscious mind, things begin to happen. I'm telling you, things happen. Like today, I was going to pay a deposit for my mom's apartment. And I didn't have enough money. The money that I have for one global movement, I didn't want to touch it. I did not want to touch anything. And so I said, but let me check my account. I checked my account and I'm like, where did this money come from? I didn't put it there. I didn't put it there. But guess what? It is people that bought things from me, and the people are so honest, very good people. I don't even call them to say you forgot to make payment. They just pay. They paid. And so I had to use that. So when you have that hope, silent hope, not the hope that comes with raising your shoulders, the hope that sits right deep within you, you will imagine great things into
Yes,
existence.
yes,
So it
yes. The
reminds us,
universe, the universe is attracted to your vibration,
there
and it
you
attracts those good things to you. It's fact. It's everybody knows that, but not all of us practice it. It is true.
oh, if you practice it, you'll be so happy with your life. Yes.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yesterday,
Because it's
go
true.
ahead. Yes, it's
It's
true.
true. No, but I'm saying it. I don't know. It's like science. It's how it works. You
Yeah.
attract what and who you are. It's just
Yes,
simple.
it
Yeah.
is. It is. Yesterday, I was at the One Global Movement Garden to harvest vegetable and to go deliver. And when I was waiting for my son because he had to leave from work to come and help me in the garden because
Right.
we are trapping. He's trapping all the animals, the raccoons. They are getting ready to ravish things, so he's trapping them. And my son is so tender and he's very humble and kind. I said, you know what? Why don't we do something to eat? He's eating our crop. He said, no, no.
No.
Let us
No.
take it to where they release animals and release
Yes.
it there.
Exactly.
So we did that.
Exactly.
And he said, Mommy, don't ever say that, okay? That's not good. It needs to leave. It's contributing to the ecosystem and
Yes.
disposal
Exactly.
all of those things. That's what he was telling me. So that one, we released it. We took it. We drove for more than 3 miles. We released it with the help of the donor of the One Global Movement Garden. And then another raccoon came. This one bigger. I'm sure it's a female. And then we took it again. We released it. Then he had to come and set the trap. So you know that is demonstrating hope, resilience, and purpose. You know,
Yes.
and
Yes.
it's a beautiful thing. So
It is.
practice for building action. Celebrate small wins. Don't
Yeah.
ignore because you see that person is up there. You say, "Oh my God, that person is up there, and I'm still here." No. Do you know where that person started? Do
You
you
don't.
even
You
know
don't.
if he's
You
doing
don't.
or she took the right route to become who she is? We can always become something, but it starts right here from within us,
Exactly.
from around
Exactly.
us. And this is what we teach our children. And then
Yeah.
highlight role models, like
Oh
you talk
yes.
about the young lady's name. That
Amanda Gorman. Yes.
Amanda Gorman. That is a role model. I read about Amanda a
She's
lot.
only 27. I mean, she's done so much, man. She's powerful.
Oh, she is a poet, a beautiful
Yes,
poet. I'm
and
telling
an
you.
activist, and she's very, very, very well. She's a poet laureate. She won
Yes.
some awards. She's the youngest person to have. So yeah, she's powerful,
She's
powerful.
very powerful.
Yes,
So
I love her.
highlight models who've risen from hardship. A lot of us have gone through hardship one way or the other. Maybe it's health. Hardship doesn't just mean that is oppression or
No,
abuse,
no,
physical
no.
abuse. No, health
Yeah.
challenges. Weather, the climate can pose some challenges. A lot of things can challenge us. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
a car breakdown, or
Yes, yes,
maybe
yes,
just maybe a lot of things. And those are the kind of things that we consider, we talk about, because those are daily things that we live with, and we in order we have those resources, so that when this thing come, we know that we already have them, and our children also have them, because they see us really modeling it for them. So reinforce positive stories from your community and movement, like the positive stories that you're always bringing here from people that have been there and so young. Malila, you're a little girl, you know a lot of
yes,
great.
yes. My little girl. Yeah.
So children do not need perfect futures.
No,
They
no.
need people who believe in one. You said that. Just one person to believe in a child, and they
Yes.
come and watch them. You see, if I want to get my son to do something, but which is not like I'm bribing. No, you say when a child does something, talk about what that child has done, really be grateful. And I'm
Absolutely.
really grateful for my son because what child I used to leave from school and go to the farm to help my mom. My son is doing exactly that, leaving from
Wow.
internship and coming to the farm. Not to praise him, I'm giving him as an example because when
Yes,
you talk
yes,
about what we live, when you talk
yes,
about what you live, people will resonate with you because you are speaking because you live that life. You are a role model.
yes,
So it's
yes,
very beautiful to
yes,
do that. And
yes.
and he has this plant, sowing a seed, a plant that he's been nurturing for 3 years. The plant doesn't go. He prunes them. He waters them. I gave it to him for birthday. Well, I think it was 2021 or 22. He's still nurturing them. These are the kind of things we are talking about. That
Yes.
plant lights him up, and he will give instructions when he's not around. You guys
As
do
to
not want to
how to care
the
for
plant
it.
light. So when you speak life into children, when you highlight what the children are doing, you are really encouraging them to do even more and better. They will
But they
like.
do, sorry, they do take that modeling to heart, sister. So it really comes back to what we do because it's not what we say so much as you're
Yes.
saying. They watch what we do and how we live our lives, and that's what they're going by. So a lot of things that we see happening now, we can't, well, you've always said that we can't really blame them if we don't
Mm-mm.
set the example. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So we have to really hold the hard line here in One Global Movement, and we will.
Yes. Yes.
It starts with us.
Mm-hmm.
Starts with us. You're never too poor to set a good example for the next generation. That's
Yep.
the legacy that we want to keep, first of all. It's
Yep.
good to leave material things and money and blah, blah, but the example that we leave, that will be a legacy that they will hand down no matter what circumstances come into their own lives. So yes, thank you, sister. I really appreciate
Yes. Yes.
how you're pressing out that point. It's
Mhm.
modeling.
It
Modeling.
is. It is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you mentioned it in your presentation, which is a very beautiful thing because we got to do things. Let's go back to nature. Let's go
Yep.
back down to earth. Let's
Yeah.
not be looking up there or to hear that this person. No, you
No.
have a certain kind of peace if you just go back to nature and do the thing the right way. And when you combine nature with all of this science and technology, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It's
Yes.
very,
Absolutely.
very beautiful. So children do not need perfect future. They just need one person to trust in them, to believe in them, to love
Yes.
them, because we want to instill trust in these children because they already lost a lot of trust in us.
Yep.
And
Yep.
so here in One
Yep.
Global Movement, we want to make sure we do that. And for individuals, let us build, if in order to have that resilience, to build it and keep moving forward with purpose, let us have morning routines with purpose. Replace I can't with I am learning how.
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
learning how. Join a
I'm
purpose driven group like One Global Movement. I know there are
Yes.
so many in your area, in your community. Join them or
Yeah.
create one.
Quick.
Create
Yeah.
one, invite people and invite
Yes.
us so that we can also come there. So for the community, let us start skill sharing circles, like in the
Yep.
community garden for youth and mothers, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
or for youth and parents. Initiate school-based mental health campaigns, which we can do here.
Yep.
Create safe spaces for women to express and grow. In a time of uncertainty, movement is medicine. Movement
Mm.
is medicine. Progress is the purpose in action. So you have to keep moving. You're moving in your thoughts, you're moving in your speech, you're moving with your hands, you're moving with a bowl of potatoes or that nice cooked potatoes with some good tomatoes like Roma tomatoes in there. You're
Yeah.
moving with something,
Mm-hmm.
just something. So, and we are more than a vision here in One Global Movement. And that's our role. We are more than a
Yes.
vision.
Yes.
We are a
Yes. Yes.
live raft of love, a toolbox of healing, and a bridge of opportunity for every woman, child, and young person facing storms. What we offer is great. Safe spaces for healing, safe and private spaces for healing. We do that. And healing
Yes.
comes in different ways, not just to come and sit. Maybe you love to plant a flower and smell it, or maybe you want to learn a skill in a little business, or maybe you want to raise five chickens. Just maybe you want to volunteer in the One Global Movement Garden, or maybe you want to do some graphics about
True.
One Global Movement and give them to us so that we can post them. There are a lot of things that we can do. Let us not think outside, of ourselves. There are so many things within us that we can do. Even me, who doesn't know how to draw, I scrape something like a heart or something and write something there, you know, because that is naturally done. And that's
Yes, yes,
or
yes.
you can take pictures of the ducks swimming. That
Yes,
is calming. That's healing. You can go
it
like
is.
me. I'm always in the forest, in the bush, doing something. You can record the whispering pines. That's healing.
Yes,
A lot of things we can do. The world needs that right now.
it
How do
does.
I know? When I go and post these things, people are right on it because that's what is
Oh, I
not
know.
there anymore.
You're right. It's true. Yes. It's
It's
like
not
they've
there.
been waiting for it. It's
Yes.
as soon as you put it there, they all over it.
And it has
Yes.
the highest likes. Okay. One of them has 1 point something what. I'm like, what? So that's how you know. So
People,
the lakes are there. Why don't you watch the waves undulating and you take pictures, record just 10 seconds? People need
absolutely.
that. It's healing. Or
Absolutely.
the leaves are
Yeah,
floating on the river. That is
so
good.
true.
And you
Yeah.
can float your not so good emotions away as a leaf is floating. It's a lot of great things that we can do, and
Yes.
we've been given the dominion to dominate the earth that has all of those things. We can utilize those things. So resilience is not just about bouncing back, it is about growing wings while you
Yep.
are still on the ground. You start
Yep.
growing those wings so that they can
Yep.
have that firm stability. And so
Yep.
one global movement says purpose does not remove the pain. No, it doesn't. It gives it a name, a
Uh-huh.
direction, and a reason to rise. Just like you
Maya
mentioned,
Angelou. Yep.
still
Maya
divided.
Angelou. Yes.
A world that feels divided. What does one global movement brings? Our shared humanity is the one thing that can bring us back together. Now we are
Yes.
back, we are together from different cultures, which is beauty in diversity. With the
It
way
is.
that we do things, the way that I do things, the way that I cook, the way that I dance, the way that I paint. When we bring these things together, the world becomes so beautiful. You bring your
Yes.
black color, I bring my brown color, you bring your white color, you bring your green. That's why we have crayons. We have the rainbow. The rainbow is an example that teaches us that, you know, these colors is beauty in diversity, and we can
It
do these things. So in a world that feels divided, our shared humanity is the one thing that can bring us back together. Very,
too.
very important. Like sister always says, we can't go without a call to action. No, it therefore means that we are not taking action, we must do it. And
We
one global
must.
movement says, let us rise,
Yep.
let us stand on a foundation that is built upon a rock. Let us build hope, not just
Hope.
for ourselves, but for the world, with a
Yes.
focus on children, women, and young people, particularly the young woman. So join the mission, share the
Sure.
mission of One Global Movement.
Sure.
Take it as your responsibility to share the videos and take the time to direct people on how to subscribe so they can anchor themselves on what we are doing here so that we touch all corners of the globe. Speak up for the voiceless. Plant seeds of resilience wherever you go. You can be like some of the world leaders that are planting millions of trees in the desert, building the desert in order to curb climate change. You can do that.
Yes. Yes.
Plant a tree of hope and name it, label it a tree of hope, and you
To your
watch
home.
that tree grow into amazing things. You know, and then we are the movement. We are the hope. We are one. So thank you
Yeah.
guys so much, sister. If you have anything, you go ahead and add it.
I like that. Well, I had that something like that. It says it's resilience is not just about bouncing back because you could bounce back and stay there and complain about how bad you've been knocked down. But it's about, as you said, growing wings while you're still on the ground, and it's a forward movement. That has to be part
Oh,
of resilience. Has to be part of that. Otherwise, it doesn't really serve a purpose. What's the point of being resilient if you're not going to use it to to go, if you're not going to use it to go forward. So resilience is a very forward move, movement. It's not just a staying in place. You
Mhm.
can't you can't be resilient just once, you know.
Yes.
With Yeah, it's intentional and it's forward. It always has to be. And I'm not saying it's easy, because some people, if you hear their stories, they've been knocked down so many times and you think, but what is the alternative? What is the alternative if you don't get up and
Yep.
get going again? You know, if you stay down there, nothing will change.
Nothing will change. Yes.
Yeah.
Nothing. And you just become angry, embittered, and sometimes
Yeah.
being jealous and then complaining and then start blaming others for your situation. We
Yeah.
have been given that power, even when you can walk. Like Dr. Martin Luther King says, if you cannot walk, just crawl.
Crawl.
And
Crawl.
if you cannot crawl, move your head,
Yeah.
stretch your hand out, take a
Yeah.
pen, do something. Do
Do
something.
something.
Don't resign your fate. We have been given everything that we need. We have.
There, there's this speaker, and she says, what did she say? She said, "Action is the antidote to despair." I think you probably have met her. I have her
Yeah.
on my fridge there. I don't think I could, but she's Black American, and she gives these very powerful talks as well. And she's been, you know, like so many people, she's been down
Look
there.
for her name and send it to me. I like to know
Yeah,
about her.
yeah. I think you know her already. I just can't remember her name right now. But she says, action, just like what you said. Do something. Point yourself in the direction you want to go and do something.
Mhm.
You will get there, because I mean, when she tells you how many, I think she was part of The Secret, that big movie. She tells you how easy it would have been for her just not to do anything else,
Is
just
it
stay down.
Angela Bassett?
No, it's because she's an actress. Let me go and get it. Excuse me, sister. I'll be right back. It's
Okay, no
bothering me now.
problem. No problem. Okay, let's start appreciating our beautiful audience here. Thank you guys so much. Thanks to everyone that is here today. We love you from the bottom of our hearts, because without you, we will not be here. And without us here, you will not be there. And therefore, it follows the natural principles of coming together to help children, women, and young people defeat hunger, illiteracy, and poverty. I highly appreciate all of you. Let us keep doing this, keep sharing, keep encouraging people to join the movement. If your children have something to talk about, their adventures in the world, their studies, the great things that they are doing, they can come here. If they also have things that are not so like what they want, they can also come here. Everything needs to be talked about, and so that they will feel that there is somebody listening to them, and that they care, and that they're smart, and that they have greatness within them. It's so important.
Amen. I have it, sister. Like, want me to tell you? Her name is Lisa Nichols, and
Oh, yes.
she says, action is the antidote to despair and the prescription for success. Action.
Yes, I love Lisa. I read about her a lot.
Yes, I know. I knew you must have seen her,
Yes,
because
I've attended some of her lectures too.
there you go. Yep. So did I. Yeah. She's
Yes,
very,
yes.
very amazing.
Very, very, I love
But
her.
it's just because it's true. You can't sit
Mhm.
and, as you said, complain and get bitter, but it won't take you anywhere.
No, it
Won't.
wouldn't. It will make you an embittered person, a jealous person. No, you can't.
You
You
can't.
instead, you rather in your situation say, but you know what? What can I do to help another person instead of asking for
There you
help?
go. There you go.
What can I
There you
do
go.
to help another person? Because
Yeah.
you have the strength. You are
Yeah.
alive. What can
Yeah.
I do to help those that cannot help themselves?
So true. And so many people have said that. You know, they felt that they didn't have anything to offer because they were so low down. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
despairing. And then they started helping other people. And that became their thing.
Yeah, even do you realize that just going into an area where they're hungry, some people just go and sit there, even those that are sick mentally, but
Yeah.
you have to be careful. You don't just
You
go.
have to be careful.
You
Yes.
let the police in that area know. They will
Know
escort
that
you
you're
and
there.
they will
Yeah.
protect you.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
just, if you have not been licensed to cook, because I love to cook. If you've not been licensed to cook, you can go to McDonald's and this, although we don't encourage that, but you go there, there are things that are healthy. They're
You can pick
healthy
the
choices.
choices, the right choices.
Yeah,
Yes.
the right choices. And then you like sandwiches, you go and then with some bottle of water. I advise water because it's good to encourage people to drink water.
To drink water.
And then
Absolutely.
you go to these areas You do it. There is this young boy. He was only 5, and he wore the uniform, the costume of a Superman. I don't know if it was Spider-Man or what. And
Ah,
this boy is only 5, cute, handsome little black boy like that. Whoa! I'm like, I wish they can just give me that boy now to own it.
you already have a son.
I know. So they were driving ever since he was born. He kept helping people. He kept
Wow.
giving things to people very young, you know.
Yep.
And that one
Yep.
day he said, "Mommy and Daddy, I want to feed the people. Please, I can you. I will save my money." And he was saving his money in a little piggy bank. And
Yes.
they came, and 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 they know him in that community. The police, they know him. The police, they arrange for for a car to take him around with those sandwiches, and
Yes.
riding it. And
Yes.
they
You
don't
see?
care. For a 5-year old, they questioned him. Journalists were questioning him. Said, "Why do you spend your money trying to feed people?" He says,
Strangers. Strangers. Yes.
"Strangers,
Yes.
because
Yeah.
it's the right thing to do." With
Wow.
beautiful teeth and smile. I'm, I'm like, oh my God, 5-year old.
You see? So there you go. There's so much
I,
goodness
I
in
will
the
look for
world.
the name of that boy. I will have to search.
Yeah, I would love to have it because there's so much goodness, and this is why our movement is so important. And because we're supporting that, we
Yes.
anywhere we see, that's what we want to do. You
Yep.
know?
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
So important. So thank you guys so much again. And I'm just gonna be reading the names and reading some comments, and so that I can be out of here.
I know you're just dying to get back to the bushes.
Oh yeah, no, today I will not go to the bush. I decided to rest today and run some errands around.
Oh, that's good to hear.
The work has reduced significantly. It's just to harvest and distribute, and I'm looking for somebody that is going to. Somebody has offered to volunteer to transport the vegetable. When I harvest, the person will take it up and deliver the
Yeah,
order.
yeah,
Yes.
yes, yes.
So
I'm
that
so sorry I won't be able to get any of your good organic farming, but maybe next time.
that's okay. When we will have a one global movement garden in Canada, then that
Yes,
will be
yes,
awesome.
of course. Okay, sister, let's say hello to our guests, our attendees.
Hello, Sir Abdul Sattar. How are you? What did I click on? What did I click on? Okay.
That's okay. You
Yes,
said hello.
Abdul
Yes,
Sattar.
we did. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And then we have Sir Suresh Kumar. How are you, sir? Thank you so much for joining us here. We highly appreciate you and your comments and on passive. And the managing director says, welcome and hello to absolutely everyone joining us today on One Global Movement. Speak with Heart. Today, hello, hello. Feel free to comment here in the chat with your thoughts and ideas. As always, let us contribute one way or the other. If you
Yeah.
cannot, if you didn't contribute or write something or a comment, there is one thing that you can raise: support for One Global Movement, or you can say rising with children. Just
Mm-hmm.
rising with children. And sister, I think we need to look for those keywords and help ourselves and the audience with, so that it can keep hitting all those algorithms, so that they focus on One Global Movement.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to look for them and use them. And then
Mm-hmm.
John says, please give One Global Movement a big thumbs up and subscribe and click and ring the bell. Ring it very hard so that they hear you across the ocean, okay? For
Mm-hmm.
notifications. So thank you, John. Okay, I'm still very busy looking for a new apartment. That it takes time. I know that what you're going through, because I'm going through that with my mom as well now, John. It will
Mm-hmm.
come, and the right one will come at the right time. So good luck, and we are praying for you, okay? We have Poran. How are you, sir? Thank you so much for joining us from your end there. We highly appreciate you. We have Iqbal Patel. How are you, sir? Thank you so much for being with us today and for supporting children. We highly appreciate you. We have our brother Gutam Howder. How are you? Thank you so much for being here. We highly appreciate you. Our beautiful sister Maria Jos. How are you, Maria? Thank you so much for joining us and for supporting and loving children worldwide. We appreciate you. And here is the StreamYard link. If you want to, you can subscribe, and when you do, they will send $10 to support One Global Movement. Thank you. Just if you need to, or somebody you know somebody, they can also do the same. And our beautiful sister Nancy, how are you, Nancy? We are waiting for the big moment with our ambassadors. So if you're certain on the date, let us know so that we can put it out there. We can put it 1 week ahead of time. Thank you so much. Hello, Sister Hash Later. How are you? Thank you so much for being with us today. We highly appreciate you as always, and our love to you and your family. And we have Brother Srijit. How are you, sir? Thank you so much for your support on and offline. We highly appreciate you. And we have Piari Tapo. How are you, sir? Thank you for joining us from that end. We appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
We have this is the Facebook link, right?
No, this is John offering a song. I don't know if it has to do. It's called the Futures, but he's saying anyone who wants it can download it for free at I think it's on YouTube. So that's a YouTube
Oh,
link for the
that's
song. Yes,
nice.
thank
Thank
you,
you,
John.
John.
Yes, yeah,
It must be a beautiful song. Thank you so much.
yeah, yeah.
And Sunil, how are you, sir? Thank you so much for being with us today. We highly appreciate you. Sanjo, how are you, sister? Thank you for joining us again today. We appreciate you. Our beautiful sister Deborah Long, how are you, sister? Thank you for joining us again today. We highly appreciate you. And let's go down here. Another reminder from the managing director, please give this channel a big thumbs up and subscribe and click on the notification bell. Thank you, John.
Yes, please do.
Yes, too. And let's go down here. Hope I'm not missing any
No, you're
name.
not. I will tell you. You're good.
And we have Sir Goldie Kerr. How are you? Thank you so much for joining us, and we appreciate your support and love for One Global Movement.
Mhm.
And this is our Facebook page link. Please, you can post it on your all your social media handle, because this is one surest way in which we can reach every household, every child, every young person, and every woman. Please uh, take it as a responsibility to post it on all your social media handles, and sometimes you can even post it individually to people, and that's how they can also support that way. Thank you so much. When they do that, we get to reach a lot of people. And our brother says, great presentation, Dr. Mundih and Sister Yvonne Finn. Yeah, great presentation by her. Oh, it's topic.
Both of us.
Writing with resilience. Thank you so much, sisters, for sharing wisdom to us. Thank you so much, Brother Shujit, for also being here, present, loving our children, and also sharing your own wisdom as well. We are
Yes.
sharing. We are here to share with one another.
Mm-hmm.
Course, this is the topic. One Global Movement is a safe place to build. No, it's not a topic. One Global Movement is a safe place to build resilience for our global voiceless community. Hashtag resilience. Yes. Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, let me see. Did I miss any name?
No, you did not.
Okay,
Right.
I am going to just. I think you do your closing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Um, Let me see. I want to go back to the topic of imagination because, no matter how resilient you are, when things are really, really bad and human beings, we tend to look at the negative. For some reason, we go there. And so I want to say that don't wallow in negativity. Don't, as Sister said, ask for help. Don't stay in isolation because that is not going to empower you, right? You
Mhm.
need to find support, and we offer support here on One Global Movement, but there are other places depending on your community. And some people don't have internet proper. Just do not sit around because time is going and it's not waiting for anybody. And no matter how young you are, time still goes. So if you have something in mind to do, and as I said, we all came with a purpose. So let's get started, right? Wherever we are, right where we are. We don't need a stage for purpose. We can do it where we are.
Yep. Yes. Keep moving. We can do it where we are. Start
Yeah.
something. Thank you
Yep.
guys so much for being here. Until next time, stay focused, stay encouraged, and always believe in endless possibilities. We love you all. Bye
Love you
bye.
all. Bye, everyone. Thanks for coming.